everyone. How is everyone today? Yay! Today I'm here to talk about a very important topic, maybe the most important topic. This thing that almost all of us in this room has or will experience at least once in our lifetime. This thing that makes us feel very good for ourselves, with maybe some partners. Obviously today I am here to talk about... Oh, okay. Sorry about that, guys. Can we do that again? Yeah, I'm here to talk about... Okay, sorry guys, this is not... Simon, there's something with the mic, no? Can we test it? 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, it works, right? I don't know, it feels like every time I'm trying to say the word, yeah, this is happening again. How about I say it 1,000,000 times and see what happens? Okay, forget about it. This is not working, and this is getting very frustrating because actually we've practiced this so many times, and this is happening to me right now on my special day. Fine, let me do it my way. Sex! Ladies, gentlemen, and others, what you've just experienced now is the daily life of a taboo. There's so many different taboos around us. Taboos from society, taboos from religion, and also taboos from families. The taboos from families can leave a lot of scars, and that's what happened to my family. Let me take you back to a time where I wasn't even born. When my grandmother turned 38, it was Mother's Day, and she decided to go and visit her own mother. So she booked a ticket, jumped into a train, enjoyed a nice ride. A few stations before arriving, she decided to go to the bathroom just to freshen up. But before closing the door, a man actually slid behind her and abused her. She was left in a bluff bed, still wearing her jewelries, her bag, still with the money inside. It was an act of pure hate. She woke up a couple of days from that at the hospital, and her whole face was gone. In fact, when my mother visited her, the only thing she could recognize from her was her hands. Everything else was gone. Imagine how it feels when you're a professional ballerina. This story left a lot of trauma in my family. We purely didn't think or talk about what just happened. As a matter of fact, we call this grandma's accident, the little time we were talking about it. Many years after that, I was born, and I had a really happy childhood. But when I turned 11, my parents divorced. And once again, there was no communication about it, leaving my brother and I with a lot of questions, a lot of frustrations, just not having the space to ask what was happening. When I turned 18, I felt that I needed the space to grow, and I wanted to go to a place that represented liberty and freedom. So I decided to go to Hong Kong, which I did with my backpack. I lived there for 10 years in a very busy corporate life, and I loved it. But I realized throughout the years that the wind was turning. Actually, the population of Hong Kong was getting silenced by a government that was quite unfair to them. They were using censorship, arrestation, intimidation, and the population of Hong Kong could not speak. By the summer of 2019, 1/3 of the population of Hong Kong was in the street, frustrating, trying to talk to a government that wouldn't listen. Just a few moments after that, I had an opportunity to come to India, to go along a beautiful journey called Jagati Yatra, where I traveled for 2 weeks around the train, full of social entrepreneurs, and my mind exploded. That experience was amazing, and you know what? Because for the first time, I could talk and I could listen to people talking about taboo topics. We would talk about sexuality, religion, even politics, without any shame. And that felt amazing. In that very train, I met someone who became very, very important in my life, a menstrual activist called Lad Lohar. She's a lady from Rajasthan, north of India. And she told me things that I've actually never heard of. that menstruation was such a difficult topic to address over there. There was purely no accessibility nor education about it. So I asked, what do women do when they're menstrual? Well, I heard they deal with it. Do you want to know how they deal with it? They need to find newspaper. They need to find cow dung, sand, leaves, you name it, just because it's uncomfortable to actually address the problem. So at that time, I asked Lad, what can I do to help? So we decided to launch Mevar Collective, an organization producing and distributing sanitary napkins. And the distribution of the napkin would help to actually talk. A few months after that, I had another opportunity to help as a comprehensive sexuality educator for a local school with ethnic minority children. And once again, here we are. Children have so many burning questions. I can even see the flame on their lips because they want to ask questions about their puberty, about their feelings. With this program, which was amazing, was not just only to talk about reproduction and organs. For the first time, we talked about consent. We talked about boundaries, feelings, and that felt amazing. At that very period, I asked myself, what kind of children are we raising if they have so many burning questions like this, but nobody is here to talk or to answer them? You may wonder, but Charlotte, everyone has questions. What's the problem with that? There's actually a problem with not addressing those questions to our youth and also to our adults. I'll give you an example. In Holland, very famous country for that particular case, they actually start comprehensive sexuality education at the age of 4 years old. At 4 years old, a kid can understand that putting your hand here without asking consent to your friend is not right. In Holland, we tell little girls, it's okay to be frustrated and angry. And we tell little boys, it's okay to cry. And have a guess. The numbers, when they become adults, in Holland, has much less sexual violence and domestic violence than the countries around it. Amazing, right? So there is actually a correlation with silence and violence. And this is why here, today, I want to introduce you Propolis. Propolis is a social organization empowering and equipping youth and adults to learn how to communicate about those taboo topics. We provide workshops using storytelling therapy, using role plays, using theater to really learn how to answer those burning questions. And you may wonder, what is propolis? What does it even mean? Propolis is coming from Latin, and it means for the society. It is also a very natural substance that the bees are making. And we humans have been using the propolis for more than 2,000 years ago to heal open wounds. And with propolis, that's exactly what we do. We heal the wounds of society suffering from this silence.
Hey Charlotte, there's someone online with a question. Would you like to take it?
Let's do it.
Hello.
Hello.
I was listening to you and I have a concern. I'm a father of 2 children and recently I lost my wife. I don't feel comfortable about a foreigner speaking about death to my kids. This is such a personal topic.
Yes, thank you very much for your concern. And first of all, I'm very, very sorry about your situation. But actually, with Propolis, we're not here to educate. We empower, we equip, talking about topics such as sexuality and death and body image and so on. To have taboos is normal, but let's eradicate the silence, the shame that goes along with it. Thank you very much.